I'm smiling today because I'm hopeful. After a little over 1 month in power, there's pushback, a lot of pushback from the public. 65% of Americans think the economy is going in the wrong way. They're scared of inflation. They're scared of runaway inflation. And business is uncertain about what's going to be happening in our America. Nobody knows what the policies are. Housing is pulling back. So much is going on so quickly, and there's so much pushback. The GOP, they gotta be concerned. The first reason is the GOP wants to march 100% with Trump and Musk. But the people, when they went back to town halls in their cities, the people said, no way. The CDC losing staffing means less work for everyone in Atlanta. There are knockoff effects for these illegal and unconstitutional layoffs. What's going to happen when they lay off people from NOAA? We're not going to have good weather reporting and the skills that we need to combat extremes of weather. What's going to happen when we push back? Well, folks are pushing back. And the GOP is saying, oh, we're scared. We're being intimidated by Donald Trump's people. They put our faces on social media, and then we're targets. Well, welcome to the Target Club. What do you think has been happening to Democrats, to Fauci, to the DOD generals that he doesn't like? Everyone's being targeted, but we can't act out of fear. No siree. So the GOP's got a big decision to make. Do they work for Trump and Musk and the big corporations, which 65% of the folks say, hey, they'd like to see taxed? Or do they work for their constituents? I would think they've got to choose their constituents. And there's very important things happening right now. 2 bills are going up very shortly. The budget is the biggie. Sure, they all voted for the budget in principle, but now the budget's got to be broken down, and law has to be created out of the wants of the Trump regime. Will the Republicans all cave? My gut feeling is, I don't think so. First of all, they want to cut $880 billion out of Medicaid, Social Security, and SNAP programs. Can you imagine the knockoff effects to healthcare when that happens? You're going to be closing rural hospitals and hamstringing urban hospitals and urban healthcare. The knockoff effect when 72 million people on Medicaid are affected is enormous. Do they understand the consequences of what they're doing? Or do they just not care about we, the people, the American people who put them in elected office? 2 is everyone is up in arms. They're all over the country. People are protesting Tesla because no one likes Elon and what he's doing. And what he's doing is for his own interests. He's already gotten Verizon to give up the FAA, and Starlink is going to guide the controllers. He's already got Tesla armored vehicles as a contract, a new contract. I guess he'd like Noah's satellites, too. So, what is this game that the GOP and Trump and Vance and Musk is playing? Second thing is, it's privatization. Because the federal workforce has been the same size since 1950. Clearly, they're on demand. They're probably on demand, they've been overworked, and everyone has been hounding them for decades. It's not pleasant when you have to do science. So, what's the GOP going to do? Are they going to go after Trump's agenda and pass it because they're scared? Or are they going to do what's right because their constituents demand it? Well, we'll see. I don't know if I mentioned it, but 2 out of the 3 vacant seats in the House of Representatives have already been filled by Democrats. Major General Vindman was one of them. Kudos. There are 100,000 seats up for re-election this year. 100,000 local, state, federal levels. You guys better be worried. Not just about Trump, not primaries. You better be worried because the American public isn't happy. And you could lose power, not in 2 years at the midterms, but right now in 2025. By the way, the next elections for the last seats in the House of Representatives to be up for grabs are District 1 in Florida and District 6. Gay Valmont and Josh Weil. The election takes place April 1st. Well, we'll wait and see what happens. Budget isn't passed. March 14th, March 15th. Everyone's going to be protesting and in the streets. And there's a big possibility government will be shut down. I wouldn't be concerned. It'll just slow the illegality and unconstitutionality of all of these firings. So, I got a smile on my face, and I'm hopeful. There's pushback, and the American people will rise and resist. And by the way, that's the name of an organization in New York that wants to go national. Rise and resist. They're already protesting and demonstrating for everything that we, the people, deem necessary to a better way of life.